Ohai. Mahmutlar. The district of the city of Alanya in area. Antalya, Turkey. The center of Mahmutlar is in 12 km from the downtown of Alanya, in 28 km from the Gazi Pasha airport, and in 140 km from the city of Antalya. In the north he is surrounded with mountains the Tauri, and in the south the Mediterranean Sea. Extent of beaches of the Mediterranean Sea about 5 km. On east direction borders on the settlement of Kargidskak, and on western on the settlement of Kestel. The population of Mahmutlar makes about 50,000 people during the winter period and 2 card people during the summer period. Data for 2021. Mahmutlar became municipality in 1974. It is the first city municipality of Alanya. In May 2014 Mahmutlar and 13 more settlements was annexed to Alanya, and the cities became the area. In 3 kilometers from the center of Mahmutlar there is a protected forest territory, Mahmutlar Belediyesi Mesire. More than 1,400 Dutch, Irish and German and also Russian families constantly live in the area. The climate is subtropical Mediterranean. This area is unique climatic conditions. It is a lot of sunny days in a year thanks to what the abundance of fruit and vegetables doesn't stop. Average temperature during the summer period is equal to +30 C, in winter +15 C, at the same time average winter night at least +12 C. And very seldom about +3, +6 C fall at night. The seismic activity is equal in the region to 0. Earthquakes happen in more remote sites, and in Mahmutlar pushes 2-4 points are sometimes notable. In general, the climate almost doesn't differ from climate of Alanya, here slightly more warmly air and water. The sea becomes very deep already in 5 km from the coast. Literally on sea. This warmest place of Turkey. It is more than sundial, it is less than rainfall, but this difference is almost imperceptible. But at the expense of it on a zone of frost resistance of Uzda Mahmutlar gets to zone 11A. An average minimum for the last 20 years equals +4.4 C. That is extremely important for cultivation of bananas. Infrastructure. In Mahmutlar there are 4 elementary schools, 2 high schools, there are extended day groups after school, 3 training centers, 2 private kindergartens. Turkish and Russian. In the center of Mahmutlar the Russian Cultural Center is located. On all city there are supermarkets and small shops, restaurants and discos, salons of health and beauty. 2 times a week in the city there passes the market. On Tuesdays, Salpazar, and Saturdays, Cumartesi Pazar, respectively in east and in the western part of this area. In Mahmutlar there are 3 main streets. It is Ataturk Street, Barbaros Street and the Central Coastal Street, the highway Antalya Mersin. Every 15 minutes on these streets passes public transport. Also there is a set of the streets which are vertically crossed with these main streets. Among all streets of the most brisk Barbaros Street is on it various offices, banks, municipality, restaurants, shops, elite buildings are located is considered. The area is located along the sea. Along the sea, the route in this carriageway is laid is called the first line. The highway in Talia Mersin. 2nd Street going along the sea is approximately in 150 meters from the first line, goes parallel to her, is asphalted. Barbara Street is called 2nd line. 3rd line, Ataturk Street, is located approximately in 300 meters from 2nd line, but in the east of the city turns to the sea and merges with Barbara Street. Economy. Mahmutlar lives tourism and agriculture. One of the leading branches of economy of the region, the real estate. Mahmutlar holds a leading position on property sale to foreigners. On the speed of development of economy and trade, Mahmutlar wins first place in the region of Alanya. Ruins of the antique city of Nala. Mahmutlar is famous for ruins of the antique cities of Siedra, Nala, Laerts. In ancient times, the coastal settlement of Mahmutlar was a port part of the city of Laerts, agrees, to the legends, was founded by Claudius. As the main construction material served limestone and partially marble. The mother country of the city is in the south, and an acropolis in the southeast. In Laerts, the inscription executed in the 7th century BB in Phoenician language was found. Now it is stored in the Museum of Alanya. Among the city ruins which reached our days, the observation towers belonging to the Roman period, sitting on the agora used for meetings and conversations of citizens, the street of emperors, an oduum and theatre, temples built in honor of Zeus, Apollon and also Caesar, the swimming bath, a necropolis. The city endured the period of the blossoming during the period from 1 to 3 centuries AD. Some objects which are found by archaeologists in the city and which shed light on his history are stored in the Museum of Alanya today. So, in one of the remained documents of 138 AD in which the name of the governor of Pamphylia is mentioned, it is told about a certain soldier of the Syrian origin who in 25 years of heroic service was given the Roman citizenship and the right to marry the woman from Pamphylia is granted. Other city, Nala, existed also at the time of Byzantium. Since this era, the theatre, the temple, the street with columns, 2 towers of observatory, 2 fountains and the hole used for keeping of wild animals remained here. Local authorities planned to begin restoration works to open the city for tourists. The city of Siedra is located near Mahmutlar in mountains from where the tremendous panorama on the vicinity of Alanya opens. In the ancient time it was the large city supplying with water all neighboring settlements. Here the antique system of artificial reservoirs which locals for irrigation of fields still use remained. As a result of the archaeological excavations which are carried out here by scientists of the Museum of Alanya, it became clear that the history of this city begins approximately in the 7th century BB. Siedra existed till the 13th century. To the city conduct the gate which remained up to now. Fortifications surround the city. Since ancient times there were also underground storages of fresh water which walls are covered with plaster. The artificial niche hollowed in the rock in one of caves is covered with frescoes. It means that the cave was used in the religious purposes. On east outskirts of the city there are beautiful ruins of ancient baths. On a floor of these baths the mosaic in places remained. In the southeast of the city, occupying quite big space, there was also a street with columns 20 m wide and 250 m long. It is known that the northern part of this street, especially for creation of a shadow, was covered with a wooden roof which was held by columns, and the southern part was paved by a stone. The inscriptions which reached our days are devoted to various sporting events which were taking place in the city. That says that the city was the important sports center in the region. It is possible to distinguish the temple, an amphitheater, a necropolis, the agora and premises from other remains of the city. Now the inscription which was executed on the basis of the letter of thanks of the Roman Emperor Septimius Sever to citizens in 194 is stored in the Museum of Alanya. In him the emperor thanks them for heroic fight against robbers and atheists. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.